Hello there. What's going on, everybody? We've got 5 new X-Wing leaks from the Fury of the First Order Squadron pack that have not officially been spoiled by Atomic Mass Games yet, but these were leaked to Gold Squadron podcast. Dion from Gold Squadron actually spoiled these yesterday, so if you want to find the original video where these were spoiled, I'm going to put a link in the description below. You can head on over and show Gold Squadron some love, because this is pretty cool stuff. So big thanks to Dion for bringing these forward, and to whomever the mystery provocateur who submitted these. So I'm just kind of talking about stuff that you may have already seen if you already follow Gold Squadron, but if not, you should totally give them a follow and subscribe and all of that good stuff. But yes, we got a couple of really cool things, and it makes me think that we're going to see Ben Solo make a return to return to form in the form of a pilot here in X-Wing, and well, we're going to talk more about that because I'll explain my reasoning. But yeah, so if you guys are new here, be sure to enter to win that $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. Also, I want to thank today's sponsored Luxury Playstyle. Be sure to check out luxuryplaystyle.com. Use code Crabbok VIP. You can get amazing full metal tokens. They're heavy, they're beautiful, they're double-sided. They come in a couple of different finishes, so you're going to get you're going to get to choose if you want them to be darker or shinier. And also, orders of $35 or more are going to get a free lightsaber nunchuck Crabbok token if you while supplies last. So if you act quickly, you can do that. Head on over to luxuryplaystyle.com. All right, so the first card we're going to talk about today is Compassion. Now, these have been kind of cropped and cut away already, so that's why they're not completely full things. They're kind of grabbed out of photos, and I also tried to cut out some of the background as well. But this is it's a force upgrade. It says before another friendly ship at range 0 to 2 would be dealt a face-up pilot or crew damage card, you may spend a force. If you do, that damage card is discarded instead, and you are dealt a face-down damage card. Then, if you have 2 or more damage cards, recover to force. Now, this is going to kind of follow a little bit of a pattern that we're going to see with another card later on. So this is kind of, they're kind of 2 halves of the same coin, perhaps, although it doesn't, when I say 2 halves of the same coin, I don't think it's a double-sided coin. But what I mean is, this is, it's kind of dealing with face-up damage cards, and then if conditions are met, recovering force. Now, it's kind of nice being able to obviously, mitigate damage and prevent, a pilot or crew face up from going from somebody else. But I think the more interesting thing here is it's light side only. Light side only. This is a Fury of the First Order pack, right? Who in the First Order is using the light side of the Force? Look at the artwork. Look at the artwork. Look at this. Look at the expansion it's coming in. It's not coming with the Y-Wings. I promise you that. We've seen the spread for the Y-Wings. There are no Force tokens in the Y-Wing pack, according to the spread. There's 3 Force tokens in the Fury of the First Order pack for Kylo Ren. So, my prediction is that Kylo Ren is going to be a Episode 9 Kylo Ren and will potentially be able to take a light side upgrade. So that's my guess. You can build him kind of beginning of the movie or end of the movie, right? So spoilers, but he does experience compassion. He does return to form as Ben Solo, which is the best Kylo Ren as Ben Solo, in my opinion. Even though he kind of got done dirty, but it's pretty cool. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if that proves to be accurate. We have Dred. This is the only pilot that we've got here. Dred is a bomber, First Order bomber, and he is, after you reload each ship in your bullseye arc, gains a deplete token. So, again, this is reloading. You're going to be recovering your missiles or your bombs, and, Dion from Gold Squadron had kind of said, we don't, he kind of pointed out, he made a good point here. We don't really know if Dred is having, like, maybe more additional ordnance upgrade slots, or maybe even less, and so he's more likely to want to reload. We'll have to see when all that comes out. But an important thing here is that it's not just enemy ships, it's also friendly ships in your bullseye. And all ships in your bullseye will gain a deplete token, so you don't want to end up kind of pointing the wrong way. And granted, normally you're not going to do that. In most games, you're not going to, put somebody else right in front of him. Although if you're flying like a swarm, don't put him in the back. All right, don't put him in the back. Have him be the leader. But then you got to be watch out when you do your K turns, because then the leader becomes the follower, and then oh no, so you don't want to do all that crazy nonsense. So Dred needs to kind of be in kind of a line instead of a row. He needs to be like this way instead of that way. This is official X-Wing. This is how you play. You just do this with your hands. It's like voguing. If you guys are old like me, you would know. Never mind. Let's just move on to the next preview. Okay. We have the Electro-Chaff missiles. Electro-Chaff missile. We got a little bit of a thumbprint in the way there, so we don't get the full artwork on this particular preview. But it looks like they got some kind of electro particles coming out of here, which is pretty cool. This is going to be using a device slot and a missile slot. It's going to have one charge. The charge cannot be recovered, so this is basically a one-shot. During the system phase, you may spend a charge from this card to launch an Electro-Chaff cloud using the 3 bank or 4 straight template. Then place a fuse marker on it. So we don't know exactly what the cloud does. And this has got the 2 dots, so you can only have 2 of these in a build. Of course, we've seen that we're getting 2 electro clouds. This is kind of answers what the name of this new obstacle is, right? So this is that Electro-Chaff cloud, and you're going to be able to get 2 of these in both the Fury of the First Order pack. There's also 2 of them shown in the Y-Wing spread. So both factions are going to gain access to this. The card itself is actually not faction restricted, so if anybody else wants to be able to use these, if they have a ship like the Empire, I believe the TIE bombers, and there's a couple, that have missiles and devices that can use this. Maybe they'll want to. And we're gonna have to see what exactly it does. If it's got all that electricity on there, it might do some kind of ionization, or it might maybe it'll apply maybe some kind of jamming, or even deplete or strain or something like that. Maybe a little bit of everything. Maybe you're going to roll some dice and it's going to do random effects based on the dice. We've seen some things that kind of do that already, but if it's in the form of this big cloud that once you fly over. But then, of course, it's got the fuse marker on it, so maybe it just doesn't do anything right away. Like it's shooting and it's going to blow up here, but it didn't blow up yet. Or maybe it gets... we'll just have to see. We'll have to see. So I'm sure that'll be spoiled. Wouldn't it be funny if AMG spoils this officially, but then doesn't spoil like what the cloud does? Usually in the past, like when they've done something like that, they've come back like in the comments afterwards. They're like, "Oh, okay, well here's the errata. Here's what else it's gonna do." And my dog's super happy about that, but that's okay. That happens. Let's move on to the next spoiler. Malice. Now, this one is a lot more of the early Episode 9 Kylo Ren. This one's from the trailer, too. This was a really cool one. I remember looking at this artwork. Great artwork, by the way. I remember looking at that scene and thinking, whoa, is he attacking the Knights of Ren right there? And I'm like, no. He was just attacking people on Mustafar. A shame they didn't do more with this scene. Anyway, this one is dark side only, another force upgrade. It says, while you perform an attack, you may spend a force to change an eye or a hit to a critical result. If you do, after you perform that attack, if the defender was dealt 1 or more face-up pilot or crew damage cards, recover 2 force. So this is the one I was talking about earlier that kind of follows some of the framework from the other card. It deals with pilot and crew cards, and if a criteria is met, then you get to recover 2 force. And so like this one is actually... seems like this one's kind of the better card. Right? I think this one will also probably be more expensive because this one has 2 different uses, and gosh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, right? So not only is it able to turn an eyeball into a crit, but even if you just roll all hits, you can still use it to get that crit. You can use it to get that crit when you need to, which is nasty. And if that defender was dealt 1 or more face-up pilot or crew damage cards, recover 2 force. I like it. I like it quite a bit. I think that's the thing is I think when you pick Kylo Ren from this pack, you'll have the option of giving him dark side or light side force upgrades. I think that's. I mean, really, that's that. I don't even know if that's much of a prediction. I think that's more of a foregone conclusion. There's no other way they would include a light side only force upgrade in this pack with Kylo Ren or with Ben Solo literally printed on there if you couldn't use it on Kylo Ren. You know. And then we have Shattering Shot. This one is also another force upgrade. It's not restricted to anything. So this is wide open for all force users. But not for Y-Wings, apparently. Force users don't usually fly Y-Wings. I think Anakin was the only force user to ever step into a Y-Wing, wasn't he? Yes. Maybe someday. I don't know. While you perform an attack, maybe we'll run some more Anakin. Now I want to run. Now I want to run more Clone Wars builds because I've been playing around with some First Order builds lately. My next X-Wing battle report's going to have First Order in it. All right, so while you perform an attack, if the attack is obstructed by an obstacle or the defender is at range 0 of an obstacle, you may spend a force to add an eyeball result. Interesting. I like this one especially. See this, especially when you got Obi-Wan out there, like Anakin and Obi-Wan, or something like this. You know, and Obi-Wan's like handing out, hey, you know what? Here's all those extra eyeballs. Here's all those extra eyeballs. You know, spend that force, add the eye result, and just Obi-Wan it up and Obi-Wan it up. I don't know if that's real words. I don't know. But yeah, some pretty cool previews. Again, big thanks to Gold Squadron for publishing these yesterday. Check out Gold Squadron again. I'm going to put a link in the video description below. While you're down there, check out some of the other links. You can jump in our Discord. Head over to Crabbok.com. You can check out the merch if you want to get some shirts or masks or anything like that. We've got all the links for all this stuff down there. And I'd love to have you stick around and come back for more. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Go ahead and share the video. Click the bell for alerts. All the stuff you know what to do. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are amazing, and you help make this channel possible. So thank you for your continued support. And I want to talk to you guys later. Always remember, if you're turning on a lightsaber for the first time, don't point it directly at your face.